Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Stock Recap Show. Super excited to be here to deliver these 5 best looking stocks. Not necessarily top movers, but a lot of them are the top movers of the day. And before we get into it, I do want to just say that these videos are intended for educational purposes only. Okay, so please trade at your own risk. Most traders lose money, and there's no guarantee that even with this information that you're going to be able to make any money off these tickers right here. Okay, you are going to want to stick with your plan and your risk reward that you have in your plan as a way to manage your risk. And if you don't have a plan and are looking to set one up, then we can definitely help you there. Just go ahead and schedule a call on the link below in the comments, and you can also go to FridayTraders.com if you're just listening to this. Okay, so that's the little disclaimer before, and here's the notable movers from yesterday. But today we're looking at a few different stocks here. Okay, so I'm just going to pull up each of these charts individually and show you what I'm looking at, what I'm seeing, and the price and the volume action. Okay, so Target Hospitality, this is an interesting mover. Had a kicker pattern at the beginning of the week and just continued to run right through the high resistance of 8, and then it went to 9 and 10, 11, 12. Okay, it's stepping up nicely. It's got high relative volume of 5, so that's pretty good. It's nearly doubled this week, which is impressive, and it's got pretty low float, relatively low shares outstanding. If you're not familiar with the shares outstanding, that is like the supply of shares in the market. So if you haven't thought about trading stocks like this before, this is a great way to think about the balance of supply and demand in the market, because sometimes the volume today exceeds the shares outstanding, and we're going to see a close example of that today. Okay, and that's an incredibly good sign for the stock. Basically, the entire company turns over in one day. So that's a little explanation about the shares outstanding here, and I'm just going to get into the next example here. PLRX has had a bullish engulfing candle here. You can see there was a big range breakout, big gap higher, and then it ran from 16 to 23 on Monday. So pretty big move, and now it's consolidating a little bit. Opened at around 18 and it closed around 21.50 after hitting a high of 21. Okay, so the current range right now I would say is 18 to 21. If you're looking for an entry on this stock for a day trade or swing trade or whatever strategy you're going to implement, that would be good for this sort of pattern. Okay, FFIE, this is what I would call a ascending triangle breakout pattern on the daily chart. Okay, so it's building up to this $6 resistance, and I would say it broke it today. I'm going to be watching this close tomorrow, but it was a nice breakout, nice flat top breakout here of the $6 level. So definitely looking at this $6 level tomorrow, hoping that it holds and maybe even goes higher to 10 or something. Okay, high relative volume. It's up 27% of the week, so pretty good moves. 21 million shares traded today, so it's a pretty good volume. GOEV has had big news this week. I was probably most excited about this news today. Canoe, they supply electric vehicles, and U.S. Army actually selected one of their multi-purpose platforms for analysis and demonstration, which is pretty cool. And this is a couple days after Walmart agreed to buy 4,500 electric vehicles. There was some stipulations in the deal, but pretty interesting, pretty big number of vehicles to deliver to. So a lot going on here. Definitely watching this for a break of the $5 level tomorrow. And CLNN has had pretty good news. The daily chart doesn't look great here. I'm wondering where the 200 period moving average is. Ooh, yes, it's way higher. I think it's off the charts here, which is a little scary. But they did have great news here too. Significantly decreased mortality in long-term option label extension trial. So I see that as very positive. So did the market. It was up 43% today on big volume. So 39 million shares traded. And remember how I said there's a supply and demand in the market. The shares outstanding is only 62 million. So almost 2/3 of the company was traded today. And it was similar in GOEV. It was actually even a little bit more percentage wise, I think, in GOEV. So this has me most excited. I would probably rank this number 1, this number 2. This could be a little extended now that we're up 100%. Okay, so if you are thinking about entering this, you got to be thinking about your risk to reward. Okay. So if you're looking for 20% to the upside, you'd be looking for, if you want to keep your risk to reward at 2 to 1. I know a lot of profitable traders that they like to keep around 2 to 1 risk reward ratio. So every dollar that you're risking, you'd be looking for $2. So if your target was 14, your stop would be 11 here. Okay. And similarly, if you're looking for a $16 target, then your stop could be 10. And that's how you control the risk to reward. Looking at the chart here. Okay. So that's basically it for the top movers. I did see this pattern. There's not really a catalyst here. I mean, there's some good news that they've been churning out, but I would say nothing to take this stock significantly higher. I mean, it's pretty large already. You're getting close to 1 billion here, and it's in communications equipment. So I wouldn't think that would be a huge mover to the upside. This might look a little more trendy here. So just watch that for a breakdown, maybe to the 24 or even the 22 level. So your targets would have to be pretty high. I would probably stay away from this trade. And GOEV, this had good news. They placed there's 120 million, but careful because the placement price was down here in the 7 area, I believe. You do your own research, but yeah, I think they placed 120 million at around 7. So a little extended from there, even though it is a lot of money. ALDX, this just didn't have the relative volume here, but it's getting there. So a little more volume, a little more price action to the upside, and this looks like a pretty good trade here. Not crazy about the daily chart, so I would be surprised if this started breaking out. So number 1, GOEV. Number 2, CLNN. Number 3, I would actually say FFIE. I could see this breaking out before this breaks out a little more. You're lacking the risk to reward here. And then this also looks good. Similarly though, I don't know what your targets would be. If you're looking for 23, and you gotta call it off at like 19. So maybe get filled here at 19 tomorrow, and you're looking for 23. So you can handle it going all the way down to 17. But I might want to even widen that up a little bit and make 16 your imaginary stop. So you don't really want to set the stop, because everyone in the market is going to be able to see that order on the board in level 2. you're not familiar with trading at all. Level 2 is the board that shows all the open orders, basically. So once you put on an order, it goes on the board and everyone can see it. So sometimes market makers will drive down the price, fill your order, only for the price to get right back where it was and leave you frustrated as anything, okay? So it's these little nuances that drive beginner traders crazy, but if you're looking for an accelerated fast track to learn how to trade profitably in the markets, then you can schedule a call with myself or a member of my team on FridayTraders.com, and we'll be happy to answer all your trade-related questions. Okay, super excited to do this again tomorrow after the market, just to show you the notable movers on the week. And that's it for today. So I will see everyone tomorrow. See you then.